live commercial break. Hey.
The Nets are on the clock.
Let me set up my mic to record this. I should have did that already. Mic check. That didn't go. It did go. Okay, we're fine. Delete. Okay. Oh yeah, we're recording now. I see y'all in the chat. What up, T Rexy 1199? Dayron Sharp, that's who you got. Jared Williams, what up, kid? Keith says Sharif. That's Keith spelled Kief. I'm spelled Keith Keef. I like Ayo. Yeah, somebody else hit me and was talking about Ayo. Good evening. I want an experienced player. What up, Keith? What up, Hudson? Miles Turner trade, please. What up, guys? To the chat. What up?
What is up, fellas? We are here. It's 10:44 on draft night. Pick 27. Nets are on the clock, and we still have all 5 draft picks. Sean Marks took a little relax. He traded away Landry Shamet. He got the 29th pick. He got Javon Carter, and he's standing pat for now. So got a couple of good options on the table. A lot of buzz around one Dayron Sharp. A lot of buzz around him. Also, Jared Butler is another player that Nets are looking to target, but I don't know. I feel like whoever we get, don't be too attached.
I had to turn down my TV, but I don't want y'all to hear my TV, but I want to hear the pick or whatever. But either way, how y'all feeling out there? What's today? Thursday? It's the last Thursday in July. It's the NBA draft. Usually the NBA draft is like July 18th. No, June 18th, excuse me. But, 2020 warped everything, so now we're trying to catch back up. But congratulations, everyone, Nets fans. We are into the 2021-2022 season now. And, that's the season that the Nets are going to win the championship, and it starts with the draft. This is year 75, the 75th anniversary for the NBA, which is cool. And, we're here talking Nets, talking NBA, and sharing in draft night festivities with you. Hudson Flynn has been firing off tweets from Talkin Nets. I have been unpacking and doing things in my new spot. This new spot does not have any, Nets logos or, Kevin Durant stuff up yet, but eventually it will. And that's all I got. What you got, Hudson?
Man, not much. The Nets are here. We just got a tweet out from Woj a second ago saying that Denver is listening to trade offers for 26, but they're focused on Highland out of VCU. So it looks like the Nets are going to have their pick of, if they keep them, Sharp, Jared Butler. But honestly, Keith and I are kind of both on in the mood of thinking, I don't know if the Nets are really going to keep any of these guys. I don't know if there's a rookie that we can have on this team that's going to make our playoff rotation and be able to contribute in that way. So I'm just saying, don't get too attached. If we do take someone, look at him being involved in a sign and trade, maybe Isaiah Jackson, maybe Miles Turner, who knows? There's a lot of moving pieces, and Sean Marks isn't just going to straight up sit down and take 5 rookies with all 5 picks we have. So there's a lot of things to think about for this draft.
I mean, this team is already built to win, and I said it on the podcast. I don't know if you guys checked the podcast. We had some tech difficulties, but they were minor. Our guy Pooch pulled up yesterday for pre-draft talk conversations, and I think I said yesterday, this team is already built to win. This is a championship team. We were this close to winning the championship this year, in my opinion. And that's literal and figurative, literally and figuratively. Kevin Durant was this close to ending the Bucks season. So we're not wanting for anything. We're not coming into this draft oh man, we really need somebody that can handle the ball. We obviously know we need a big. That's the easy thing to say, but I don't think we're going to find them tonight. I don't think the answers lie within this draft tonight. But then at the same time, all the talk around this draft is that it's a deep draft class. There's a lot of talent, and back to 2020 warped year, I was saying to Hudson before we went live, I'm like, bro, I barely watched college basketball the way I used to because, guys were opting out. I'm a Duke fan, so if you're a Duke fan or you know how Duke played this past year, that shit wasn't fun. So I wasn't really watching some of these guys, but I've read up on them, and obviously there's some kids that went to the G League, which is cool, but we're past the lottery picks. I don't think there's guys that are this late that are going to necessarily be an impact, but you never know, right? The MVP of the league, Nikola Jokic, was drafted in the second round. Wasn't he 41st overall or something like that? So,
Yep. I mean, Jimmy Butler taken at the end of the draft. I think a couple of good players. I know, what's his name? Pascal Siakam. He got taken at the 27th pick. There's a lot of options here for the Nets, but those aren't the kind of options that are really going to make an immediate impact. And that's just that's what the Nets need at this point. They need, established players that are going to make an impact. All the buzz, we talked with Pooch. He said it was going to be maybe the Nets trade this pick, package with another pick to get DJ off the books so that we can make some moves in free agency. But man, I don't know what's going on. I have never been this completely befuddled about what the Nets are going to do in the draft. This is breaching new ground. We've got all these picks, more picks than we've had in like a decade. And I don't think anybody really knows what we're going to do with them.
Hey, and we don't have to know. I like that. And Marks we trust. I think you put out a tweet. You said Sean Marks is playing chess, not checkers. When you're playing chess, they're not supposed to know your moves. They're not supposed to know what your end game is. They're not supposed to know what your actual plan is. And right now, I'm getting PTSD because they're showing the Bucks series as the Nets are about to come up with the pick. We got 2 minutes and 55 seconds before the Nets pick, and they got to show game 4 and show Harden holding his hamstring. And oh, look at the war room in Brooklyn. Y'all watching this? I see Sean Marks. Who else do I recognize in there? Jacques Vaughn. Where's Nash? I seen Joe Tsai. That's dope. Hopefully the Brooklyn Nets put together like some type of YouTube video for the war room in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it better be some.
Are you watching, or are you just watching your
shit? No,
your
I'm just refreshing Twitter. I am just sitting here refreshing Twitter, and this is the least buzzed about pick I've seen because Shams has been breaking picks left and right way early, and the Nets are keeping it a secret, which makes me believe that either we're just keeping it a secret or we're shopping that pick. I think we're going to be shopping that pick all the way, until the end of, the time that we have to make this pick. But honestly, I really don't know. I really don't know. And I think Sean is going to kind of hold on to this pick right until it goes live on the draft. And that would be a very, very classic Sean Marks move to not give, Shams or Woj that early notice.
Yeah, man. Trying to get some tweets off. I was about to say, I hate how ESPN is showcasing the Nets right before we pick, like PTSD from the Bucks series, and then they add up how much Harden, Kyrie, KD's contracts are, basically like foreshadowing, like, will they all re-sign? Will the Nets be able to pay them? Ooh. But, that's how it goes. It's interesting, Nets fans. I don't know if y'all feel this way. I guess I feel this way because I'm also a Yankee fan, and I'm used to the Yankees being like the evil empire, the big bad wolf, the team that people hate on. Like the Nets weren't the team that people hated on. The Nets were bottom feeders. The Nets were
the Nets have taken with the 27th pick Cam Thomas.
Okay, I think he's on the screen.
Yep, out of LSU. Guard. One of the best shooting guards, 5-star recruit. Let's give you guys the full scouting report on Cam Thomas. He's a bucket getter. He's a shooting guard combo guard type player. He was first team all SEC, led the conference with 23 points. And we took him right about where he was. He was a mock to go. And we're getting more shooting. And if there is a thing that you can get in the draft, we saw that you can get shooting. What's his name? Peyton Pritchard out in Boston. Tyrese Halliburton. You can get shooting in the draft. And it looks like that's what the Nets went with.
Cool.
And it seems like we're keeping him.
Cam Tom. You got any nicknames? Got to learn about this guy. LSU, down there in Death Valley, Baton Rouge. They got some decent players that come out of there. let's see here. I see. This is interesting. Like we're live. I want to listen to what they're saying on ESPN about this kid, but I don't want it to be too loud in the podcast or the live stream.
It's an interesting pick. It's not what people were thinking. We were thinking we were going to double down on defense, maybe get some size, and we go the opposite way. We go more shooting. We lose Landry Shamet, pure shooter. We get a pure scorer, and honestly, he's not who I expected. It's too soon to say whether we're even keeping him or if I like the pick yet, because I don't know what we're doing with him. But right off the bat, we got a backup, combo guard that can score the ball a little bit. Hopefully he blossoms into something, but I don't know if he's going to be able to crack the rotation, with time that matters. So it's an interesting pick. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know if I'm gonna be able to stay on here till pick 44. That was the original idea. Like, all right, let's go live for 27 and try and stay on for till 44, 49. But they're moving this wild slow. I like that ESPN has made the draft more of a presentation akin to the NFL draft. Here's the selection right now. I like his chain. What's he got? A Michael Myers chain?
Oh, he
Brooklyn.
look cool up there?
Brooklyn. Oh, I remember when he walked out. I seen his sister with him. He was born in Japan. Oh, he's a Kobe guy.
He's got 2-4 in his chest. He's always worn it.
Yeah, good. Good.
And I mean, wearing 2-4 LSU too. He had the colors right as well.
Good. This guy's got Mamba mentality. I hope so.
Sounds like. I mean, look, if he's got that, maybe Kyrie will catch a shine to him.
Oh, he literally has a jacket right now. He's showing his jacket, and the inside said Mamba mentality. Didn't see that.
That's that dude.
Before I said it, but I like that. You should go talk to Kyrie some. You should go talk to KD.
Awesome. I mean, look, he's a shooter. I don't want to dive too deep into his analytics, though, because I don't know if we're going to keep him. It seems like a lot of the buzz is centered around Miles Turner. But if we do keep him, he scored in the SEC. He got in the SEC. And there's any type of player that can really step right into the NBA, it's someone that can score, and it's someone that can score at all three levels, and that's who he was. So it looks like Marks went with someone that can contribute off the bench, and maybe we got it. I like the pick. I like the pick.
Man. I'm not mad at it. When we needed someone to help KD score, could have used a guy like this. They're labeling him as a microwave scorer, and they just showed his highlights. He's got a little step back jumper. He's got a 3-point shot. Like maybe he's a guy that comes. Wow, maybe Spencer is out. And they're looking for a guy that can come off the bench like Spence, like a 6-man role and just get buckets while other guys are resting. Maybe. Who knows? It's just speculation. This is just fan talk. We're not analysts. We're fanalists. What's this guy saying?
We're up right again. We're up going to be it with 29. So, I mean, look, there's still things to be done, moves to be made. We got that pick for a reason. Right, Sean Marks isn't out there just making moves to make moves. He's never done that before. That's some, one of his trademarks is always, being steps ahead. And I think something's coming with this 29th pick, but I could be wrong. I've said that about the 22nd pick. I've said that about some other picks, but
I don't know. So the reason that we're so hard pressed, like last year when we did our live NBA draft night live, we were hard pressed on James Harden. We didn't care about draft picks. We didn't care about who we were going to take. Reggie Perry was cool. Landry Shamet was cool. But we were like, no, get Harden tonight. And I think today and then to the night now, we've gone in like, yo, get DJ's money off the books. Like, get us another big. And if those things don't happen tonight, that's fine. In Marks, we trust. We went into tonight not having this 29th pick. We only had the 27th pick. Then we found out about the Shamet news at like 5 o'clock. And here we are now with 2 picks in the top 30, late in the top 30. We'll see who we end up picking here, or if we move this pick here. I'm chilling though. Like as a Nets fan, like I said before that pick came in, I was like, man, we were not this hated team. We were not the team everybody was looking at as, the big bad super team. We were the losers that like were rebuilding and trying to create something for a while. So to be the villain now is just fine by me. And to be the villain now, we just need to figure out a couple more players for this roster to complete this team. And I don't think that gets figured out tonight. But shout out to Cameron Thomas. Shout out to Cameron Thomas.
The Nets tweeted out a welcome to Brooklyn tweet. So, they usually don't do that when they move the pick. Yeah. So who knows? I mean, look, if Harden's leading the second unit, Harden can make anybody score. And, when you look at a team like the Rockets, we saw the Rockets be able to have a lot of potential and a lot of production from young 19-year-old, 20-year-old players. And obviously, it's a different situation. They're given more volume. But when you have the best playmaker in the league on your team, anything's possible. Anything can happen. And look, we didn't need more scoring, but we got it. And I'm excited for it. Look, we got him, and he might just be a straight-up bucket getter, and I love that.
We did, man. When this season ended, all I kept thinking about was if KD had Kyrie to go to, or if Kyrie could have got us out of some of those jams where everyone in the world knew KD was shooting the ball. Everyone in the world knew there was only one guy that was going to take the shot. So for the Bucks, they knew who to stop and they knew what they had to do, and they were having their way, and the refs aided that, and it didn't matter. KD still was dropping 50 on their ass, but we needed that second option. Jeff Green was it one night, but couldn't get it out of Joe Harris.
All right, Sixers take Jaden Springer. Don't mean to interrupt. No, but they took Jaden Springer, which means that Jared Butler and Daron Sharp are both still available. And so if we want those guys, they're still on the board. We can still get either one of those.
Yeah, I don't know. Also with the Nets, we host this event. This is in Brooklyn. This is in the Barclays Center. Like, you guys are watching this, like, we host this event. And for plenty of years, as Nets fans, we watched it and we didn't have any fucking picks. So it was different. It was like we didn't have this kind of energy. It was like we traded all our picks and we're rebuilding, and we got to watch these good players come in that would have been on our team because we lost all those games and had those high picks we couldn't use, whatever. But to be in the reality that we're in now in 2021, fine with it. Fine with it. Fine with it. We're coming for the chip next year. This year is officially the new NBA year. Summer League's about to start. Watch. Summer League's
That's going to be exciting. If we get some bucket getters, Summer League's going to be exciting. We got Clax out there. We got Alizé. We got Reggie Perry. We might run the Summer League, honestly. And look, Sean Mark's always been one to build for the future. He's always been working several steps ahead. He might be out there thinking like, look, maybe not next year, but the year after that, if, the big three might need some more scoring help, they start to, get older or something like that. Maybe that's what he's thinking. And we'll have these guys that can step up and help. So at the very least, we'll have a fun summer league if we do end up keeping these guys that we get. But now I'm excited to see who comes next.
I just think we have guys that can go to the summer league and ball out. Like they actually can go to the summer league and dominate. And I'm excited for that, because if you go out in the summer league and you show out, then, you kind of prove that you belong more. You can kind of give yourself a better shot going into training camp. So we'll see. Guys like Nick Claxton, guys like Reggie Perry, I expect the ball. Guys like Alizé Johnson, like you said. And we got some guys from the Long Island Nets coming through. And then these guys that get picked will come through. And looking forward to it, man. The thing about the NBA, and especially this past NBA season, with the shortest off season ever and then the latest season ever, and us losing the way we did, it's going to be this quick of a turnaround again. And next thing you know, we're back on the regular calendar, our regularly scheduled programming, looking for revenge, really looking for revenge. And I think
that might be why we're going with scoring. We might be going out there just to torch the league.
Yeah.
That might be the plan. The plan might be to just run everybody out the building.
Might have just been like when we watch the NFL draft, sometimes they say take the best player available. Even if he doesn't fit an exact need, you take the best player available, you figure it out later. If, right now I'm thinking I forget who I was talking to online, because I try to reply to everybody on Twitter just because. But I was like, I don't know why y'all think people want to help the Nets. See, this comes in with my Yankee experience. People don't want to help the Yankees. So do you think Sean Marks is just having his way? He's gonna finesse his way, but do you think he's just getting on the phone and like telling teams you got to take DeAndre Jordan and we'll give you the 27th and 29th pick? No, it's not happening like that. It's not that easy.
People aren't
Like,
trying to help the Nets.
they're not
They're
trying to
not
help
trying to.
KD,
They're
Harden, Kyrie.
every
They look
single
at us as the
thing that the
villains.
Nets
They
try
look at
and
us as a
do.
super team. Oh, we ruined the league. And that's why they had this whole narrative this year of Giannis and the small market team that drafted him go on a magic carpet ride all the way to the finals, and the MVP wins it with one of the greatest performances in finals history. That's a cute little Disney story tale, but that's over with now. Nets world, baby, coming for the chip. And if it's just drafting all scorers and you see us just put up 150 points a night, then that's cool.
I mean, I'm reading up on him. He's a pure scorer. He's a bucket getter, and
Kobe guy.
He's a Kobe guy.
He better not be a Kobe guy wearing 2-4 and be out there missing layups. Like, no.
Look, I'm excited. I think Summer League is going to be so much fun, but I'm really, really excited to see what the Nets do here because there's a lot of options, a lot of things that they can do. And honestly, I can't even guess. I don't even want to hazard to guess. We haven't really wanted to guess this whole time because there's just so many options for the Nets. There's so many ways that they can go. There's so many things Sean Marks can do. It's almost meaningless to guess at this point.
I mean, I'm just not worried. Like, there's nothing can go wrong here.
No player we draft is going to hurt really or help the Nets tonight. Like that's not going to be something to be stressed about.
Some teams have a lot riding on these first round picks, like their entire franchise. And there's guys that get drafted every year, lottery picks that get drafted every year, and then you never hear from them again. They either become busts or disappear or get traded, and that's not going to happen with the Nets. And if it does,
all right, Woj just said Day'Ron Sharpe is the focus of the draft board, so that one was more expected.
Yeah. I don't know these randoms with logos in the chat. They're like, shut up, Keith. Keith is a clown tonight. You are so annoying. Nets franchise is over. That's why I'm not a fan anymore. Keith, sorry, but the Nets aren't ever gonna win. Let's be honest. I don't know y'all, but like that's not what type of time I'm on. You're in the wrong place. Nets are gonna win. Why did we do all of this over the last few years? Like Nets are gonna win. Sorry,
yeah,
I'm a Nets fan.
Yeah,
like this is a place for Nets fans.
I will tell you though, if Day'Ron Sharpe, if you're one of those Nets fans that's worried about our defense, that's worried about our rebounding, that's worried about our size, that's something that can be solved at least a little bit in Day'Ron Sharpe. The Nets have a really good track record in terms of developing young bigs, and I like what I've seen from Sharpe's game. He's working on his outside shot, and he's averaged 8 rebounds in college, 9 points with UNC. And it seems like he's just got the raw talent. He's got the raw, ability, the raw, physicality that the Nets are looking for in this new breed of modern NBA center. So I'm excited for it. I wonder what's going to happen. I really don't know how they're going to treat any of this. I don't know what they're going to do, but all I know is that I'm excited. I think the Nets are going to have a fun time in this summer league.
Yeah, let's think back to some of our other picks, right? Last year, Reggie Perry. Reggie Perry contributed this season. Like he played, he got more minutes than he probably was supposed to. Shout out to Reggie Perry. Had him on Talkin Nets. I have no idea what episode, but if you go back, he has been on this show. Nick Claxton the year before, and we only saw a little bit of him in his rookie season, and we, hid him for a little while, and then the world got to see him this past year, and he is what we think he is and still developing into what he's going to be. I think he can be a all-star. I think he can be a freak in this league, defensive player of the year type player. Like he's got to work on a few things, but he's got plenty of time. Okay, here's the pick. The Suns select Day'Ron Sharpe. Okay. I always get this feeling of like I want to see the commissioner call the pick and like say the pick. It's like a moment in time. It's like when these players are getting drafted into the NBA. So, okay.
What's he look like? He got some drip?
They're showing his highlights right now. I like a big man with some moves to him. I've seen this kid, UNC. What's he wearing? They're not showing him. I like how they have the like subway in the graphics though. I like how they have the like Brooklyn graphics throughout the whole like aesthetic. Monteverde Academy, Cade Cunningham, Moses Moody, Scotty Barnes, Day'Ron Sharp. Damn, everybody that can really hoop goes to Monteverde, I guess. That's cool. What was I gonna say though? Yeah, let's take some questions from this chat, man. I mean, I would never ban anybody. I saw someone say ban them in the chat. I would never ban anybody in the chat for like going at me. Like, I'm the one on camera and on the mic. Like, I'm an object for you to criticize. Like, that's fine. You can also say whatever you want about the Nets. That's fine. But as long as you're not disrespecting anybody in the chat or saying anything out of pocket, like, you're allowed to get that off. You know, say what you want. But yeah, let's queue up some questions now that we know the fate of pick 27 and 29. We're not going to be live until 44 unless they like miraculously move this along. But what are they getting? 5 minutes per pick, and we're at pick 30, and that's 14 more picks away. No, we're not going to be on that long. So yeah, let's talk to the people in the chat, whether you like me or not. Questions. Odds we get Turner. Odds we get Turner. Now, I don't know. I think it's like Nets fans and just NBA fans in general. Like, we come up with these ideas of like free agents or trades or guys that would fit certain places. And then when they just like disappear and never materialize, it's like, okay, that was just a fan thing. So odds we get Turner, I don't know, 50-50. Let's see. Do you think either of them get minutes? I'll get back to you after the summer league. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I do think Day'Ron's a lot more of a raw player than Cameron. I think Cam actually might be able to get some minutes, especially like I said, with having Harden on the court. You can kind of shield him from a lot of the type of press that you would get normally as a rookie player. They would, normally be able to key in on you. But if you have James Harden, he's obviously going to be getting all the attention. So it's going to give Cameron a little bit more space. So I think it's more likely you're going to see him than you're going to see Day'Ron.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to I literally told y'all like that I didn't want to ban you or like block these like people. And then you like do exactly what I said not to do. Like, as long as you're not disrespectful or talking out of pocket, then I'm scrolling the chat and I see something disrespectful and out of pocket. So adios. Here's a troll comment or a troll question. Ray Romano writes, do you think that we will even make the playoffs? Not answering that. Here's another one. Now that we have Day'Ron and didn't realize he's a 6'11" big man, what happens with Reggie in the depth?
They're different players.
I'll get back to you after the summer league. Who knows? They're different style players for sure. Maybe Day'Ron comes in and he's the best young big on this. Who knows? Like, we can't call that yet.
Yeah.
Will their skills translate from college to the NBA? We'll find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Okay, here's another question. So what's the next move for us this offseason? Probably trade Joe Harris. Just kidding. I'm joking.
He's getting packaged with TLC and Bruce Brown, and we're getting Damian Lillard.
I thought
you heard it here first.
Simmons. I was going to say, no.
No, I do think, though, the Spencer Dinwiddie sign and trade is coming. It's next. I think that's the next move. I think there's been a lot of buzz about maybe Washington actually getting Kuzma and Trez Harrell to make that sign and trade move for Brooklyn. And that's an interesting pick. That was kind of the biggest news item from the day so far, that maybe we might be signing and trading Spence, sending him down to DC, and then getting big man Trez Harrell and the man with the white hair out of Utah via Flint, Michigan.
I mean,
Kyle Kuzma.
people were bugging out about Kuzma and Trez, like they're not good players. And like before we move on to like one or two more of these questions from the chat, what I'll say is you don't know how these guys are gonna play away from LeBron, away from the Lakers organization. Like, I don't know. People are jumping too quickly to be like, no, Kyle Kuzma sucks, Trez sucks. It's like, whatever. If Sean Marks is finessing some type of situation to get us proven NBA players that like Trez has a 6-man of the year trophy. Like, some of y'all gotta chill with that. All right.
Wait, what wasn't he the one that called Luka white boy? Wasn't that in the bubble?
Yeah, in the bubble. Bitch ass white
Good
boy.
energy. Good energy.
Good energy for this team. All right. Blue Ice says, who will start at center for the Nets this upcoming year? On the
Not a
podcast
center.
yesterday,
Not a center.
There is no starting center. I don't know. Blake Griffin, Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, KD.
Yeah. I don't think, I mean, the most likely is Clax. I don't think he's starting at center.
That boy Rich says, I have a feeling we might package the second rounders. How about you guys? Yeah, I'll probably be asleep by then. I'll wake up and see what we did with that. But it's their second round picks. Like, what are we getting? Like who's really looking at the second round, like 44, 49, and 59 and being like, yep. We'll give you one of our best guys. It's just not. It's business. That's what I love about the draft and the trade deadline, which is going around right now, or going on right now in MLB. You get to see that, like, this is the business of the game. Like, these guys are all just wheeling and dealing and negotiating and trying to get themselves in better business shape. Let's see. DeMar for Joe Harris and picks.
Nah, DeMar's going to LA.
No, DeMar is not trying to. First off, DeMar is not trying to be on a team with KD, Harden, and Kyrie. He's not. He's not trying to play on that team. He needs the ball. He's not trying to play on that team. And it's funny for Joe Harris and picks. I'll say this. We just paid Joe Harris. Again, I say this all the time. We paid Joe Harris. Nobody else in the league paid Joe Harris. And
Gave him big money, real money.
We gave him $75 million, and the whole league watched him disappear in the playoffs. So who do you think is beating down the door for Joe Harris? Now, don't get me wrong. He's one of the best shooters in this league, but he's
led the league in 3-point percentage. Again,
he's our guy. We paid him, and I don't think people are really calling in and saying, hey, you're going to get rid of Joe Harris? We'll take on.
But even if they were, we're not getting rid of him. Like, there's no reason to. He's a Sean Marks guy. He's absolutely going to stay a Brooklyn Net, and he's absolutely going to have another good year, because that's what he does. He shoots threes and hits them. Good
year, and he's going to have an opportunity to rewrite history. Well, not rewrite it, but rewrite his story in the future. In the playoffs, he'll have a chance to make some big shots. Maybe he will. Maybe he won't. We'll find out. All right. We're about to wrap soon. We got any more questions? Last call for questions. And I think we're good. And I think we're out of here. So that concludes our coverage of the NBA draft live. And we did 2 NBA draft episodes. And next thing you know, it's Summer League. And next thing you know, we'll figure out some more guests. We'll pass this time and we'll get back into the games, man. We'll get back into covering the games, doing the show.
I just can't wait for the season to start up. I can't wait for there to be actual basketball content, like games, to be able to talk about, man.
Being in the arena, like, expect to see us there. So, all right, last question. Saw one. Okay, if the Nets decide to trade Kyrie, who will the Nets get? And on
man, why'd you click on that, Keith?
And on that note, we're done. But shout out to Kyrie. Right. So we didn't speak on this on the podcast because the news actually came out after, but Kyrie, right, with the whole Nike deal, Kyrie left Rock Nation Sports Agency, we found out today. And we also found out that Kyrie built some like water. I'm trying to pull it up so I don't.
It was like a water. He built like a water purification center in Pakistan. And before any haters say, Kyrie published that just so that he would get good press after he's dropping Rock Nation. No, actually, the company that he partnered with was the ones that actually published it. Kyrie didn't say anything about it. Real G is moving silence like lasagna. Kyrie stays helping people. stays being the best person in the league.
And he was quiet. He was trying to chill. And y'all made him not chill. Y'all made him have to pop back out and shoot shots at Nike and then also do this. So NBA superstar Kyrie Irving builds a solar water center in Pakistan. NBA superstar and humanitarian, say that. NBA superstar
Humanitarian and NBA superstar.
Kyrie Irving built a, I don't know how to pronounce this, Payani project solar water system in Sindh in time for Eid. His Kai Family Foundation. Remember us talking on Talkin Nets about the Kai Family Foundation? This center is providing over 1,000 villagers access to clean, healthy water, facilitating farming for families, and providing light to women and children. If you're looking for a new team to cheer for, we highly recommend Mr. Irving and the Brooklyn Nets. That came from the PAANI project. And that's all we've got. We support Kyrie, obviously. And appreciate y'all for rocking with us on draft night. Let's go Nets. Brooklyn.